month, the month of June, to meet with relevant stakeholders, to plan and look for alternative solutions to the problem. And there are alternative solutions. We must learn from what other countries are doing to address the dollarization of economy. We cannot continue to dollarize the Nigerian economy. For instance, Kenya was spending $500 million a month to import petroleum products. That country entered into an agreement with Saudi Arabia to pay for importation of petroleum products in shillings, in the local currency of Kenya. And the agreement was allowed. Nigeria has a similar arrangement with China. China and Nigeria, 5 years ago, entered into a currency swap arrangement, right? Whereby Nigerians will pay Naira for goods bought in China, while China or Chinese business people will pay for goods in Nigeria in yuan. But the IMF and the World Bank frustrated the agreement so that our country will continue to depend on us of the BRICS. You know what they call BRICS now, a new organization constituted by Brazil, India, Russia, China, and South Africa. Those countries now trade among themselves in their own local currencies. And I have challenged Nigeria. You must join that body and take advantage so that this craze, this business of looking for dollars will be reduced.
Should the NLC go on strike today or declare a protest on strike today? Will it be a welcome idea?
You will have to ask the NLC because they are holding a meeting and that decision has not been taken. As a lawyer, I don't engage in speculation.
Yes.
I deal with facts.
Yes, by saying that NLC, a private company, has declared a new price.
That's going to be challenged. It's going to be challenged.
Can you say it's illegal?
It is illegal. It's not whether I can say. If you have no power to carry out an action and you do so, then it's illegal. And we're challenging NNPC. Let us know the law that allows you to jack up the prices of petroleum products.
So should we be looking at it becoming a legal matter?
It's going to be legal.
Femi Falana, rights activist and the lawyer to the NLC, is live with us here to have said that the hiking price is illegal. What do you mean?
Well, the president did say in his inaugural speech that he's going to run an administration anchored on the rule of law. And that implies that all actions of government and its agencies will have to comply with the law. The NNPC has metamorphosed into a limited liability company. It is now NNPC Limited. To that extent, the NNPC, like Total, like ExxonMobil, like Shell, operating in the oil industry, cannot announce increases in the prices of petroleum products. That duty is vested in the government. So, and that is what I mean. There is a judgment of the court, Federal High Court, which has not been set aside. The case of Bamidele Aturu and the Minister of Petroleum Resources. This judgment was delivered in the Federal High Court in Abuja here by Justice Adamu Bello, now retired, to the effect that nobody has the right in Nigeria to fix the prices of petroleum products other than the government. Because you have the Price Control Act, and at that time, the Petroleum Act, now PIA Act. So you ask the NNPC, where have you got the powers to fix the prices of petroleum products or the price of petrol this time around. From 185 or thereabout to 540. How? So, and the clarification is important.
Yesterday on the program,
yeah,
we had the group CEO of the NNPC Limited, and this question was thrown at him, and I did ask him, remember asking him, that are you now the regulator and the operator in this sense, because now it's totally deregulated if subsidy is gone, and he said they are not the ones who changed the price.
Who did?
He said it's the market forces.
No, the visible market forces cannot, under the Nigerian constitution and under the PIA, fix the prices of petroleum products.
What agency of government is levied with that responsibility, Mr. Falana?
Under the current situation in which we have found ourselves, since ministers have not been appointed, right? The president is running the country. Only the president can so decide for now.
The price.
Yep.
So
because you have the Price Control Act, you have the PIA Act, right? There is no provision in our law for market forces to determine the prices of any products in the country.
I wanted to actually just see if I can read through what the NNPC said in their statement.
They issued a statement? Yes.
They issued a statement.
Yes.
And in that statement, if we can bring back that, in the conversation that we had with him, he said, going forward,
yes,
that the prices are going to be determined by market forces. What do you make of that scenario? You agree with the issue of the market forces?
No, the NNPC Limited issued the statement whereby it fixed the prices of petroleum products. I mean, petrol in Lagos, in Abuja, in the north. Right? Now, if I understand the GMD, it was saying that in futuro, market forces will fix the prices. But for now, NNPC Limited fixed the price.
He said the price list that went viral, that went around,
yes,
were leaked internal document of the NNPC, that NNPC did not fix it. Let me read through the statement of the NNPC. NNPC said in the statement, adjustment in pump price of PMS.
Yes.
It says, NNPC Limited wishes to inform our esteemed customers that we have adjusted our pump price of PMS across our retail outlets in line with the current market realities as we strive to provide you the quality service we are known for. It is pertinent to note that prices will continue to fluctuate to reflect market dynamics. We assure you that NNPC Limited is committed to ensuring ceaseless supply of product. The company sincerely regrets any inconvenience this development might have caused. We greatly appreciate your continued patronage, support, and understanding through this time of change and growth. Signed, Garbadin Mohammed, Chief Corporate Communications Officer, NNPC Limited. That is what they
go to Niger, right? To refine. Because for 30 years, shamefully, this country is the only oil-producing country in the world that imports petroleum products. Only one.
Even with 4 refineries that are not working.
These guys collapse them. You have an incompetent and a reckless ruling class.
You think it's intentional?
Government spent $6 billion, $6.025 billion on turning around maintenance of the refinery. At the end of the day, the government left them at a comatose stage. And when President Buhari came on board, as a former minister, because he had promised, as a former minister of petroleum resources, I'm going to fix the refinery. So Labour reminded him in 2015, fix the refinery. Oh, but what do you call it? neoliberal forces in the government, discourage the government. Oh, government has no business in business. Let private people do so. But the government was not reminded that licenses issued by the Obasanjo regime for establishing refineries were simply dumped by those who got them. Unfortunately, the same government was now persuaded, as the Buhari regime, to invest through the NNPC $2.7 billion in the Dangote refinery. Going to be supplying that refinery 300,000 barrels of crude oil per day. Those who say government has no business in business. It was at that stage, President Buhari, as Minister of Petroleum Resources, why are we doing this? Why are we not fixing our own refineries? It was at that stage, almost belatedly, that the government approved.
The public.
No. What they are simply saying is that we want to sell at an international price, which is being circulated now to over around $1 per liter. And I have asked myself, right, where has 540 naira come from? If, according to the central bank, we have not further devalued the naira, so the official rate is 451 naira to $1. So if you want to sell at an international price, you are internationalizing the price. Why are you not talking of 451 naira? And in any case, as I have said, most, and for me, I think the ultimatum given by the NSC provides the government an opportunity to go back to the drawing table and clear some of the confusion in the air. Whereas the president, in his inaugural speech, simply announced that fuel subsidy has been eradicated by the previous regime. When suppliers, if those who were supplied fuel by NNPC Limited at the old price, are now profiteering and unleashing economic pain on Nigerians, and nobody is checking them. So why are you not selling?
Let's look at these issues one after the other.
At 550
now, the issue of subsidy, yes, it looks to me that there is a popular belief amongst Nigerians that it's an evil that we cannot allow for too long a time. Do you agree that subsidy is an evil within the marketplace that should be eradicated?
Shun, is the failure, now called the incompetence of the Nigerian neo-colonial state to make the refineries functional. And when they then embark on importing petroleum products, we want this country will be grounded the way you guys are going. Again, figures were flying to the extent that the immediate past Controller General of Customs, Colonel Amidali, went to the National Assembly to challenge NNPC, to challenge DPR. Timothy Receiver said the importation agenda is a criminal enterprise. So, what are you talking about subsidy? You think we're subsidizing smugglers? No functional state can come out publicly that smugglers have taken over our country. Or you say oil thieves are operating without check. No state, any modern state cannot say that. And then what do? Let us punish the people. So for me, and I think that came out in the discussions in the NSC meeting today, that this is not a question of we no go agree. It's not a we no go agree agenda. We must now look at the economy holistically and challenge the reckless dollarization of the economy. Why must I be looking for dollars in my country? Why should some schools be collecting dollars as fees? I mean, school fees. Rents be collected in dollars. Some fees are paid in dollars for professionals.
By the CBN Act, that is illegal.
In Nigeria shall be naira and kobo. It's illegal. It's a criminal offense.
No transaction, no
economy by spending dollars so irresponsibly.
Mr. Falano, if the NLC go ahead, if the federal government says it won't, well, the issue of subsidy must go, and it has to go.
You see,
just a moment, sir. If they say that the subsidy must go, and the NLC goes ahead, isn't it causing some kind of anarchy for
an ultimatum? Workers issue an ultimatum in Nigeria and wherever. It is an invitation to the government to review its position. And the government this time around, frankly speaking, will have to look at the totality of the economy. If we are talking of subsidy, what you call fuel subsidy is an infinitesimal aspect of subsidies in the country. The rich, the comprador bourgeoisie, subsidized by the government beyond what you are calling for a subsidy. What are you talking about? Duty waivers to the tune of 60 trillion naira. You can Google. You can find it 60 trillion naira of people brought goods to the country without paying import duty to the detriment of the economy. In December 19, 2018, the then Director of Budget, Mr. Ben Akabweze, addressed CEOs of government enterprises and told them, you guys have refused to remit 10 trillion naira to the Federation account. I can go on and on and on. We have just filed a case against the Emefiele Central Bank, where the guy sold a bank for 50 billion naira. Avon revitalized that bank with the sum of 1.3 trillion naira. So, 380 people in this country, according to AMCON, are owing 5.4 trillion naira because the banks were going to collapse in 2008. We're threatening the economy, and that was how AMCON was set up, Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, to buy off their debts. What type of subsidy is greater than that? So, I can go on and on and on. So, in the interest of the country, let us look at the economy.
I'm looking at the implication of the threat of the NLC.
Let me tell you.
It is not too early in the life.
Has begun discussions in Nigerian Labour Congress, which perhaps should have preceded the announcement. But it's a new government. And I expect, as a new government, to take advantage of the opportunities that exist. I tell you one, Shem. There's a group of countries now fighting the dominance of the dollars in the economy. The dollar in the economy. We call those countries BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Nigeria is missing. And they are currently trading among themselves in their own local currencies. And I have suggested this $1 million per month to import petroleum products. The leadership of Kenya met with the leadership of Saudi Arabia. We are unable to mobilize dollars. Can we have an arrangement? So, Saudi Arabia agreed, we shall be supplying you petroleum product. But you pay us in shillings. China 5 years ago entered into a currency swap agreement with Nigeria. All Nigerians who are buying goods in China pay naira. For our own business here, pay yuan. The IMF and World Bank did not allow that arrangement. So for me, this government has an opportunity to look at the economy holistically look at what is going on with the demand, the struggle for a new international economic order, and fit in